Obama confirmed UFOs. So, he was asked, does he believe UFOs exist? And he says, I do believe UFOs are real. It's no, I don't have any proof. That's what Obama said. So Donald Trump replies by confirming in his own way, is all the while trying to call Obama out, saying he made a big mistake by dropping something so classified. Well, you just made it seem true by saying it was so classified, but further saying he doesn't know if they exist. Now he's saying he will direct U.S. agencies, including the Defense Department, to begin the process of identifying and releasing government files on aliens and extraterrestrial life. What you need to...
It's the 28th hour experience with K.Camille, where you know it's real. It's the 28th hour experience with K.Camille, where you know it's real. Current events, different topics with a twist you can't miss. K.Camille, 28th hour experience.
What's the deal? It's your girl K.Camille with the 28th hour experience. Welcome to the 28th hour experience. I am your host, and we are here for episode 23. Okay, we are here for episode 23. It's been a crazy week, and we're just gonna get right into it because why not? Now, I told y'all, I've been telling y'all for weeks that I'm going to go over America's Next Top Model documentary that was on Netflix. That is on Netflix, and I feel like we got enough of it, right? I've seen all people's takes and views on it, and I'm remembering what I saw as a child. Some things I didn't remember, like the case where the woman was SA'd. I don't know why I don't remember that episode, but I don't remember that episode. And I'm not saying that it didn't happen. I'm just saying, I'm like, dang, when you're a kid, it's a lot of things that you like block out, or it's like things that you really don't remember, because I don't remember watching that. And if I do, I just really didn't remember watching that episode. Then, hearing how the woman's doing now, who Tyra Banks yelled at, like, will we all know America's Next Top Model, the number one meme, we were all rooting for you. She's really over it. She's like, I hate that fact that out of all of that, that's where is remembered. I'm remembered by is being yelled at, and that wasn't even everything that was said. We were really arguing. So production really cut that up where it made it look like that. So it was just a lot of things that came out. Tyra not seeing Miss J after his stroke, and it's just like, people, what 2025 and probably even 2024, but I'm gonna speak 2025 and going into 2026, is everything is being revealed. Things that you thought people were, you got to remember, we are experiencing these people through a television screen. We do not know these people, okay? And because I think it's a blurred line of looking up to somebody or being inspired by somebody and knowing somebody. You can be inspired by somebody's work ethic all day, but them as a person, they could be really a bad person. I like the takes where people were saying the judges weren't all that nice either. Like, they had times where they were mean, and I do remember that from the show. I do remember Tyra being mean. Just to sit up and say, this is the industry, and I was getting them prepared for the industry, to find out, a lot of those girls didn't get a lot of things from that, because at the end of the day, when they did try to go and do other things, it got looked at as reality TV more than it did a modeling resume. A few of them did make something of themselves from the exposure, but again, that, just like Love and Hip Hop, it's not a whole bunch of Cardi B's just busting out of Love and Hip Hops. she used the platform to her advantage. And some women from America's Next Top Model use their platform to their advantage. So the most disgusting thing of it all that we can all agree on is her saying at the end, be ready for cycle 25. No, Ty, we don't want to. We don't want to. You know, after all of this is being revealed, and one of the judges, how he had an interview on E, because we have to remember this documentary was filmed over a year ago. And he said that in the E interview, and he was just like, it was TV Tyra talking. It wasn't her true self. So I feel like it was very surface. That was coming from his mouth. The guy with the white hair. And that's believable. Again, we don't know these people. Her answers did seem very polished and ready, very ready. And that's coming from somebody who knows her. So again, I wasn't surprised, but the thing I was surprised about was, damn, it's a lot of things that went over my head as a kid watching that show. And girl, we don't need no cycle 25. I think she did do this thinking that it was going to be so much momentum on it, we can do another cycle 25. And it kind of backfired. Like, she is behind with the times, because these past couple years have all been about exposure, the truth. So, like he said in the E interview, I wish she would have been her more authentic self. I feel like America would have empathize with her more, but because she came polished and like, I don't know, it's the viewers who wanted more. Like, you're blaming preteens and teenagers on wanting more. We didn't have social media like this to say hashtag ANTM, we want more. We were literally just tuning in, and you're going off of viewership. So okay, because they're steady tuning in, that means they must want us to be more salacious. I don't know how you got that from that, Miss Tyra. So go ahead on. If you haven't checked it out, go ahead, check it out. Come back to this video and let me know what you think of the documentary. What I also watched over the weekend from Tyler Perry was Joe's college road trip. And it was a little bit of discussion on the internet about some people not liking it. Some people being offended by it. I wasn't offended by it. I feel like it was a message in that. I do feel like a lot of kids now, because parents are so scared of their children growing up how they did, that they are separating it too much. I feel like you do have to have a balance, and I'm saying this from a parent's perspective. Do I want my kids to struggle and just get it out the mud, as they say? No, I don't want that for them, but I do want them to know that things like that do happen. It's people out here who are living that life, that are about that life, and our ancestors fought so hard for you to be about this life, for you to get an education for free, for you to grow up and feel like you can be anything you want to be. So I feel like it is a movie that will be good to watch as a coming of age story for older kids. I would not say watch this with younger kids, being that some of the scenes in there was crazy, okay? So I'm glad I wasn't watching it with my 10-year-old. But, somebody going to high school, somebody going to college, I think it is a good movie to sit down and watch with your child and explain, like, this is real. You gotta know where you gotta know where you coming from. You got to know where you came from to know where you're going. And I was always taught that. My parents were a part of civil rights and Jim Crow. They, my dad, Jim Crow, my mom, civil rights, Black Panther. They went through all of those things. So if they never told me those things or the importance of their childhood, what they went through, they told me stories. I don't think that I would have the appreciation that I have for being a Black woman. So if you're a parent out there and you are afraid of like what the hood or whatever, you still have to have those conversations, because curiosity always kills that cat. And if you don't tell it to your child, it's going to be the world telling it to your child. So I would highly suggest being that first teacher. Don't let the world has to teach your kid some things, but some things I do feel like you can put a little whoo in your kid's ear, like, hey, watch out for that, this is that. And as a Black person, we always have had to fight hard for everything we have. And I feel like this generation doesn't understand why. So this was the perfect movie to come out to explain that. So if you haven't watched it already and you have preteen children and children going to high school, because again, it is some explicit stuff in this movie, a scene that was a little bit too explicit that you don't want the little ones to see. Watch it with your child that is getting older, that is about to experience a whole new part of their life. I do feel like that is appropriate. It was a good movie, you know, and I do love that it wasn't like trauma, like just trauma. It was just a solid conversation. How much do you want to separate your kid from their history? And it really is a solid conversation to have. So check it out if you haven't. So, you know, I got to do Song of the Week because our good girl, Jill Scott, came out with her album, To Whom It May Concern, last week, on top of debuting the Tiny Desk concert with NPR, and it was chef's kiss. It's going down as one of the best NPR Tiny Desk concerts for me. I really want to see an NPR Tiny Desk concert live. Like, what you got to do to get in that room to see those concerts live, because they really, the instruments, I'm a sucker for live instruments. When you got the live instruments, and then Jill is that girl, she's going to make love to that microphone and she's going to give us a good show. So make sure you check that out. The Song of the Week, getting into that, all of that spill about Jill Scott, the Song of the Week is The Math. I need y'all to check out The Math from To Whom It May Concern. It's a real good vibey song. I've been vibing to it off the album. It's one of my favorites off the album. Y'all let me know what y'all think. The Quiet Storm selection is where I give y'all one of my good, you know, slow cuts from the 80s, 90s, early 2000s. And this one is called When I Close My Eyes by Shanice. This is the lady who said, I love your smile. Yes, we love that song. We love that song. And everybody knows that song. But do you know When I Close My Eyes? And if you know I Love Your Smile and you love that song, and you didn't hear When I Close My Eyes, go listen to When I Close My Eyes, especially if you in love with your man. Because it's one of those feel good. It's one of those feel good 90s R&B hits, and very passionate. So I Love Your Smile is fun, but When I Close My Eyes is passionate, and you know, the vocals is vocaling. So those are the two songs, The Math by Jill Scott and When I Close My Eyes by Shanice. So check those two out. Let me know what you think. Again, you can suggest songs for me. DM me on my page, The 28th Hour Experience, on Instagram. I also got a Facebook, The 28th Hour Experience. And you can email me at the28thhourexp@gmail.com. That's for stories, letters, questions, comments, concerns, music selections, all of that. Or just say, hey, I'm there. What I also did, which is going to lead me into my shout out of the hour, I went to a sip and shop to celebrate the Lip Bar's birthday. So shout out of the hour this week with the 28th Hour experience goes to the Lip Bar. Oh, I got goodies. Y'all know I got some goodies. So first of all, I'm so proud that she has been in business this long. A black woman. I remember seeing her on Shark Tank. I just remember seeing the billboards. I remember organically seeing her grow and grow and grow. So to be supporting after this many years and having fun, I went with my good sis Montage, and shout out to you. I got so many things. First of all, when you walk in there, it's like walking in a pretty little vanity. It's like walking in a pretty vanity closet. But they had a good sale. So first of all, you get 25% off. They had mimosas, and everybody loves a mimosa. So you get to sip and shop. When I tell you that the staff is beautiful, knowledgeable, and just lovely to work with, I had something in mind that I wanted to get from the Lip Bar when I got there. A tinted moisturizer, because I'm not a foundation girl. I am a BB cream girl. Like, I don't need all that. So when I walked in, shout out to my trees, you were everything. Her makeup, I told her it looked airbrush. It was so princessy, whimsically, and she had these pretty auburn red dreads. She was beautiful, immaculate. Shout out to the lip bar because she came right in, helped me find my shade. I had fun putting my shade on. I'm gonna post a little couple clips. Putting my shade on. Shout out to you, girl. Here she go right here. She was beautiful. She helped us with everything. Speaking of what I have on, so I don't have my tinted moisturizer on today. I do have my Straight Facts liner on, which I'm so excited about because it's a dark brown. And I be looking for a dark brown because Chestnut from MAC don't be doing it for me. I needed a dark brown. This is a dark brown. It's Straight Facts, and I paired it with Quiet Luxury. I love it like a mauve color. It worked beautifully. I got my tinted moisturizer. She taught me how to use the blush. Because I was one of the first 50 customers, guess what I got for free? She gave out brushes. They had brushes, makeup brushes, complexion brush kit. You had a foundation and concealer brush and a blush and powder brush for free. That came with your gift. And then if you spent over $50, you got a gift. So I got a mini lipstick. I don't have everything in this bag because I, just been ranting, raving about it. But the fact that I got a tinted moisturizer, a blush, a lip gloss, a lipstick, a lip liner, $50, 25% off. That 25% off went a long way. When I tell you it was a great, great, great deal, it was a good shopping experience. It's very rare because we're on the online. People love shopping online. But when I tell you, when I went in there, I actually had fun looking for my shade, talking with my Martrice about my shade. It was an experience. So the fact that we're on the 28th hour experience, giving y'all one. Shout out to the lip bar. I really enjoyed myself, and happy birthday. Now, we got to move to the current events because a lot of shit been going down. A lot of stuff has been going down. So, Michael Jordan the team won the Daytona 500, but everybody is distracted about him grabbing on that little boy butt like that. Michael, why you do that? Why did you do that? Why did you feel the need to do that? Like and it's like you're either really tone deaf or you really just don't care about what's going on, because there's no way you got all this Epstein talk and PDF file talk going on and you just go on national TV as a full, tall, big black man and just get the slishing and sloshing and jiggling his butt. I don't understand that. I just don't understand it. Bad call. So they say he's been, doing a low profile since, but don't you think, and where is these people publicists at? Like, Michael, no, we get you. Also, what happened over this week was Obama confirmed UFOs. So, he was asked, does he believe UFOs exist? And he says, I do believe UFOs are real. I don't have any proof. That's what Obama said. So Donald Trump replies by confirming in his own way, is all the while trying to call Obama out, saying he made a big mistake by dropping something so classified. Well, you just made it seem true by saying it was so classified, but further saying he doesn't know if they exist. Now he's saying he will direct U.S. agencies, including the Defense Department, to begin the process of identifying and releasing government files on aliens and extraterrestrial life. What you need to be worried about is why you just made the tariffs go up 15%, the global tariffs. It's so many things that he could be worried about. It's so many things that this man could be worried about, but he want to worry about what Obama talking about. You just called this man and his wife apes, and then you coming on here trying to contradict what he's saying, all while kind of confirming what he's saying. Mind your business, which should be the nation, but you want to, I can't take that, man. I can't. Speaking of the government, while we talking about what should be focused on, we're still under a partial shutdown, which is leading the TSA PreCheck and global entry programs to be shut down by the federal government as of 6 a.m. Sunday. This happened on Sunday, right? Now, DHS says it's prioritizing the general traveling population after funding for agency lapse in the showdown. Okay, now this is getting real steep. DHS has since reversed the PreCheck suspension, but global entry is still paused. That's going on the marks of that partial shutdown that we're going through. This is serious, okay? And if we're talking about airports, Mexico is in a full-out war. All their airports, everything is on fire. It's going down in Mexico because the unaliving of their cartel leader, El Mencho. And no one is safe. America just released something out in the press telling the citizens who may be there for travel or work or whatever to hide and stay put because their lives are in danger. They are not taking names. They going and setting everything on fire. Gas stations on fire. Having caravans. It's going down, okay? So I need y'all to be safe. If y'all plan on going anywhere towards Mexico anytime soon, y'all need to lay low. Make sure where you're going, is it a safe area? Or just stay put altogether. So that, and that's scary because if we got this going on and then y'all sending people, it's a lot. Everybody's on pins and needles, okay? Everybody is on the edge of what they could be, okay? So like I said, we have to be very, very careful when we travel into these countries and stuff, because now that our administration is on what they're on, and this is our country, this is where we live, no matter what we agree with. That is our representation as of now, and we have a couple more years with them. We need to be careful when we out here traveling, and that's all I'm going to say. Be careful when you're out here traveling with what our president has going on, because don't nobody like us right now, okay? And everybody got their own problems going on, and they don't want to deal with ours. I'm sure everybody got something major going on that is affecting the livelihood of their citizens, and God bless the world. Okay, that's where I'm gonna end the current events on. God bless the world. Now, y'all know I love to do my 28th hour of truth. It's where my viewers write in their questions, comments, concerns about what's going on in the world today, what's going on in their life, all that. We cover it under the 28th hour of truth. So I got a couple of stories that I want to share with y'all. If y'all feel compelled to comment, you're free to comment. If you want to write in, please message me on my Instagram on the 28th hour experience. Or you can email me at the 28th hour exp@gmail.com. I love reading the stories. I love reading the questions, and I love working them out together. So here's our letters that I got from the 28th hour of truth, and I want to share with y'all. Let me know what y'all think. Here we go for the first letter. Hey, K.Camille. Hey, love the show. I'm so glad you do. Listen. With Obama confirming UFOs and Trump halfway admitting it, but still deflecting. See, I know I wasn't the only one. I can't help but feel like we're being prepped for something big. Like, why now? Why all of a sudden transparency when half the country can't even afford groceries? It's giving distraction energy. What you think they trying to keep us from noticing? Them Epstein files, the fact that our president was probably really more into them Epstein files than we think. Like you said, I agree. I think it's some cover-up stuff that they're trying to do, but we don't have any hard proof as far as why they're pushing the UFO things out. And probably that's going to come out when our children are grown. You know how it's coming out, the Epstein files and MK Ultra. It's so many things that they try to distract us from the truth. Bye. Cut. Now let's go to the next one. See, somebody wrote in about the Jordan clip. So about the Michael Jordan clip, I saw it and I'm honestly disgusted. I grew up idolizing that man, but the older I get, the more I realize fame doesn't equal morals. I just want one of our legends to stay unproblematic for once. Do you think we're asking too much, or is this just who they really are behind the camera? I believe that for some of them, that is who they are. It is, like I was saying earlier, when I was talking about Michael Jordan, we don't know him from a can of paint. We don't know these stars. We just know they're a good actress, they're a good singer, they're a good athlete. We don't know them like we know our people. So when we get so surprised, like, we don't really know them. We got family members that we don't know what they do in their private time. So again, I do feel like that could be who they really are. But I also agree with what Eddie Griffin said, like, a black man can't leave Hollywood clean. I do believe that to be true too. I do believe two things can exist at one time. So that's just my opinion. Let me go to the next one. Hey, K.Camille, what's up? I could really use your take. Okay. Me and my man broke up after 5 years. Not because we didn't love each other, but because he said he needed to find himself. The twist, 2 weeks later, he's posting some new girl on his story talking about how she brings him peace. I've been staying quiet, trying to move on, but it hurts seeing him act like I never existed. How do you actually let go when someone moves on faster than you can even breathe? Using that as the motivation that he actually did you a solid, because it's clear she was around, because there's no way y'all been together 5 years and then she just pop up out the woodworks and that's his piece. Maybe that was his piece from you. While he was dealing with you, he would go to her for peace. Now he done found his end of the rainbow, so he thinks, because it don't usually happen like that. When people think grass is greener on the other side, it don't usually work out like that. The best advice for those people who think like that is always remember, the grass is green wherever you water it. But I feel like you dodged a bullet. Use that as inspiration to move on with your life, to see that he moved on with his. There's nothing else you can do. It's people going to choose what they want to choose. People going to put in time with what they want to put time in with. So getting offended, being hurt, doing all of that, move on with your life. You already gave him 5. He couldn't get another 5 minutes out of me. Okay? So use that as strength. Your anger, you get hurt, your anger from that, use it, journaling it. Go to the gym and punch a punching bag. Go get on the Peloton. Go for a ride. Go have a drink with your friends. Go put that negative energy into something that you know will make you feel good, that is not going to cause harm to you or others around you. Okay? So take it to the chin and move on. He saved you, babe. He really saved you. He's her problem now. Let's move on. Hey, sis. So this may sound crazy, but I've been feeling like something's been off since last weekend. I came home late Saturday night around 11:30 from my cousin's party. I parked in front of my house, and as I walked up the steps, I heard what sounded like whispering. Not loud, just right behind me. I turned around thinking maybe somebody needed help, but nobody was there. The next morning, I found a small pile of dirt and what looked like ashes on my porch. I swept it up, said a prayer, and burned some sage. But I swear the energy in here still feels heavy. I don't know if it's spiritual or if somebody's playing with me, but I've been sleeping with my light on ever since. What you think that could be? I don't know. It's sounding spiritual to me too, sis. I don't know. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, you prayed. You use sage for your comfort, because other people use other things. So you use sage for your comfort. You prayed. I don't know. If you belong to a church, I don't know. I would ask, if you belong to a church, go to your pastor and see if he could come pray over the house. Give it a good holy water, give it a good prayer, good wash down, good spiritual cleanse. If it still is feeling heavy like that, I wouldn't say communicate with it, give it power of acknowledging it. I would also say don't try to be scared of it, because I hear those things feed off of fear as well. So, yeah. I don't know. It sounds scary. I will get a second opinion, but don't you go, hello, anybody there? Don't do all that. We don't do that. We don't do that. Okay. Here's my last letter of the day. Hey, Kay, what up, though? Okay, so this ain't deep or nothing, but I had to share. My neighbor been blasting old school R&B every single morning at 6 a.m. like full concert mode, and it's always the same 3 songs. Before I Let Go, Poison, and Never Too Much. At first I was irritated, but now I'm low-key waiting on it because it's turned into my alarm clock and morning dance session. I be in the kitchen making coffee, doing the full choreography. So my question is, if somebody's bad habit ends up making your day better, do you still have the right to complain? It's all in good fun. You know, you probably like, this loud shit. Poison. Listen, it's one of those things where you like, it's life. Like, you got to pick and choose your battles. And I'm glad you weren't like, oh my God, let me go over here. Because that could be bringing them joy. You know what I'm saying? Them waking up, and that could be 3 songs that take them out of whatever they be feeling like, you know? And maybe how good they're feeling when they're playing it has, that energy has, you know, because sounds and waves flow, right? So I think that energy passed off to you, oddly as it sounds. I think it's dope. I'm glad you didn't rain on that parade, because obviously it's a ritual that they do. These are feel-good songs. These songs all remind me of my childhood. So I don't know. I think a person is making it their business to start their day off good and helping you all out too, because now you can go in and these songs may be stuck in your head, but they're not bad songs to be stuck in your head. They got good choruses. They got good singing. They're good, solid songs to jam to. So I don't know. I think the complaining is in good fun. I just think that we like fussing, you know, we like to fuss. So that was it. This is all that I have for you for the 28th hour experience with me, your girl, K.Camille, and it has been real. What I need y'all to do to help me push through this algorithm, y'all, please like. It ain't gonna cost you nothing. Like. What didn't you like? Like. Comment something, share, let me know that you watched it all the way here. Give me a green heart. That's my favorite color, green. Give me a green heart that you watched it to the end. Share it to somebody that you think would care. Let's push through this algorithm. Help me, y'all, because I'm only trying to just, you know, chit chat with y'all and have a good time and be an outlet for y'all. I love y'all. Until next time, until we can get into some more things, stay safe. I appreciate y'all for giving me a piece of your hour to be in the 28th hour. Bye.
K.Camille, 28th hour experience.